So welcome back to another video, and in today's video I just want to go over a change of character. I've had a couple of messages on Instagram from a few people that are messaging me and basically saying that they are using CHoCH or change of character, whatever you want to call it. They're using CHoCH and then they are taking, like a lot of losses and things like that. And I just want to, make a video and reiterate, how you can use CHoCH and where you should be using CHoCH. Because if you are on the 1 minute and you are trading the 1 minute, for example, you don't want to be just taking CHoCHs and flips in the middle of nowhere on your chart, because at the end of the day, if you're just taking, CHoCHs and flips happen all around the charts, and if you're just taking them whenever you see one, you're going to get smashed within the market, because like I just said, CHoCHs and flips just happen literally everywhere. You've got to be aware of where you are in market structure. You've got to, add other confluences on the top of a change of character. Change of character or CHoCH, whatever you want to call it, is pretty much used in, more or less everybody's trade plan within the smart money space in some way, shape or form. Some people might call it, shifting market structure, structural market shift, change of character, whatever you call it, it's all pretty much the same stuff. So, I just want to reiterate in today's video, you don't want to be using this just literally anywhere within, the charts. So I'll just give you a couple of examples, and as you can see here, I am on Euro USD on the 15-minute chart. And as you can see, I've not got anything marked up here, and I've done that on a purpose because I just want to show you, like CHoCHs and flips are just literally within, like everywhere within the charts. So as you can see, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find a random piece of price action, and we'll just look and just see where some change of characters are, and I'll just show you basically how you'd get caught out within the market. So for example, let's just have a look around here. So as you can see, we have we're coming down here. So let me get my drawing tool. So as you can see, we are coming down here. We've got a take of this high, we've got a take of this low. And some people may look to take a trade from this supply right here. For me, this supply isn't valid, but that's for other reasons. And I've got videos on the channel that show you what the best supply zones are and the best places to be looking at, in order to take your trades. But just here, for example, we take the high, we take the low. Some people may be looking to take a trade from this supply, and then as you can see, price just comes up and literally smashes straight through your POI. This happens all over the charts, like I just said before. A couple more examples, and then I'll go ahead and show you, the kind of things and the kind of places where you want to be taking change of characters. And, I'll give you also a recent example just to show you where you want to be taking them. So again, as you can see, for example, here we have, you could, for example, have this supply marked out right here. So you could have this supply, and then as you can see, price comes down, comes back up, taps into our supply. And then, for example, right here, as you can see, if I just, go ahead and look at this, what we get here is we've come up, obviously, and then, for example, right here, we come up, we take this high, we come down, take this low, and some people may be looking, for a trade off this point of interest right here. And then again, as you can see, we come down, and then we come right back up and smash straight through this POI here. So, like I said, you just don't want to be taking CHoCHs, flips, and all stuff like that in just random places within the charts. What you want to be doing more often than not is, if I just come, to price action, which is, the most recent price action we've been having on EU. It's been, quite choppy and quite range bound, but, there's a good example here, that I thought I'd show you guys. So, as you can see right here, we have this bit of price action if I just use the bar replay. So we have this bit of price action right here. So what we get and what you can see is we've come up, we have a break of structure here, and then what we do is we come down, we break the structure right here. So this would be obviously a break of structure down on the 15-minute. And then as you can see, what we get is we get this, point of interest right here. Excuse me, let me just drag that over. So we get this point of interest right here, and here is where you want to be taking your change of characters. So this point of interest, it has a lot of confluence stacked up against it, and for a reason why, you could see price react from this point of interest. So, just a couple of things that it's got going for it is, it's had a break of structure, so it's broken structure. It's got, momentum in our favour, so we've had a serious impulse down, and then we've had a corrective retracement into our POI, And what you'd usually look for is an impulse, a correction, and then an impulse. That's how the market works. That's how the market normally trades. And then obviously you've got a little bit of inducement. So you've got this high and this high here. As you can see, this has now been swept. So liquidity has been swept to the upside. And then as you can see, what you would do then is, again, I'll just bring it back a little bit now. And what you'd do is obviously you would drop down now to a lower time frame, or you could even wait for a 15-minute change of character. For example, if you wanted to enter off the 15-minute, what you could do is you could obviously use this as a CHoCH. So that would be our change of character up, and then a change of character down, which for me would be this right here, so this inside bar. If I just go ahead and bring the price action back to when we create the change of character. So again, as you can see, if I just zoom in, we have taken the high, and then we've taken the low right here. So what you would do is you would obviously have your checklist and your entry criteria. So for me, what I would do is I would look at this price action and just see, where could we enter on this price action right here. So what we've seen is we've come up, right? So we've come up, we've taken the high, and then we've come down, and we've reacted to this demand here. We've come down, we've seen a little reaction, so you could enter off this inside bar right here. So what I would do is I would just take this tool here, and then I would put that on, and you could go ahead and you could enter at the open if you want to do that. Enter at the open, and you could have like a 6.5 pip stop loss just covering the inside bar high. If not, what you could do is you could enter from the 50% and reduce your stop loss down to a 3.5 pip stop loss. Which is absolutely insane on the 15-minute chart. And then what you'll see is, what you could target is you could target this 15-minute week low down here. So if you target this 15-minute week low, if you've been following EU price action, you will know that this low does eventually get taken. So what you can do is just simply, as you can see, then you would be tapped into this trade on this candle right here. So you'd be tapped in right there. You would stay in on this trade with a 3.5 pip stop loss. But for me personally, I'd probably just enter at the open and have my my stop loss above. But if you wanted to, like I say, you could enter at the 50%. And then as you can see, what happens is price comes down and eventually takes out this 15-minute swing low. So, just the old... Right, and there's the trade, and it would be a take profit for 25R. And if you entered at the open, it would be around 30R, which is absolutely crazy if you're entering on the 15-minute. So overall, what I want to do is just do this quick video just to tell you, you don't want to be taking CHoCHs and flips as an entry model in the middle of nowhere. Like I said, I've had a couple of messages saying people are taking a lot of losses using CHoCH and stuff like that. So what you want to do is you want to weigh up and just find your high probability supply zones, demand zones, whatever it may be, whichever direction you are trading in, whether it's bullish, bearish. You want to find your high probability zones, and then you want to stack up as many confluences as you can. So as I've said, for this supply zone right here, another couple of confluences I can just see right here. We've had a sweep of these highs. So he swept. We've had a sweep, we've had a break of structure. We've got momentum in our favour, as I said before, impulse, correction, and then impulse. We've got liquidity resting just below. What we've also got is sell side liquidity resting down here. So we've got logic to target down here, and then what we've also got is this POI is in the premium of this leg. So as you can see, the top 50% is premium pricing. So as you can see, this supply zone is also in the premium. So it's got around 4, 5, 6 different confluences stacked up against this supply zone. It's got reason for it to hold. As I said before, this 15-minute low right here is considered weak because it's failed to do its job and put in a new high. So like I said, 4, 5, 6 different confluences stacked up against it gives it an high probability zone in order to take your entry model, with that being the change of character. And that's just basically a quick video on what I thought I would just throw out there. And hopefully it helps a few people that have been messaging me, saying they're taking a few losses. And what I would do is, as always, go on the charts, test this stuff out. What you can do also is just take trades pro trend. Make sure you are taking trades from the premium or the discount, depending on which way you are trading. and just stack those confluences and just, you know, just go from there. But yeah, guys, I hope this video helps you out, and you know, if it does help you out and you are going to take these little tips on board, make sure you leave a comment down below if you've got any suggestions for any videos, or you want help with anything. If you have any questions, anything like that, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. You can contact me also on Instagram in my Instagram DMs. I'm always happy to answer any questions you have. And yeah, without further ado, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.